In today's video, we're going to talk about covering your operating costs as a home crypto miner. Huge shout out to today's sponsor, Coin Mining Central. Coin Mining Central actually sent me this guy. This is the Mini Doge Pro, and I've been extremely happy. Now, I've had a number of the Mini Doge Pros, and they've been great so far. I've got them over the last year or so. They've been mining away at DogeCoin and LiteCoin, but I've been really happy with the Mini Doge Pro. It outperforms the traditional Mini Doge, and nobody can complain about the black, sleek look of it. So if you guys do want to get any of your ASIC hardware or your mini ASICs like this or anything else, go over and give Coin Mining Central a chance. I'll put a link directly down below. What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Well, in today's video, we're going to talk about covering your home operating expenses as a home crypto miner, and it's a rough one. Actually putting out money to be a home crypto miner, and nobody likes to do that, let's be honest here, but it's a necessary evil. A majority of you guys out there don't have free electric. Some of you guys actually pay rent for your small facility that you're running, or maybe you're a big miner watching this video, you got a massive facility that you're paying rent for. So right there, two things that you need to cover: operating cost for your electric, and then the operating cost for rent. And those are the biggest things that take away from profitability. As I said, no one likes to pay for them, right? Well, in this video today, we're actually going to be meeting with a guest that's going to be joining me here in a minute, and we're going to talk about how he covers his operating expenses. Now, for me, I'm also a YouTuber. Granted, you're watching one of my videos right now. And so for me, I use my YouTube profits to pay for my operating expenses, which are my electric bill. And it's worked out really well for me, except next month my electric bill doubles. So now I have to get a little bit creative on how I'm going to cover that additional expense. YouTube's still been very fruitful for me, and I'm very blessed. So I'm going to use some of those profits to cover my electric bill. But if I have to spend extra money, I'm going to have to do what this guest does, and we're going to have to cash out some of our crypto that we earn every month or every week, maybe half of it, maybe all of it, in order to continue mining. So let's go over and join our guest. Alrighty guys, so we're over here and I invited a guest. We do have Hawk Crypto. What's going on, man? Thanks for joining me.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. What's going on?
Absolutely. So we're talking about covering operating costs or covering that expense. And you were the first guy that came to mind. You and I had talked some time back, and we had talked about the fact of you cash out. And not only are you cashing out pretty often to cover your costs, you're also cashing out some unique coins in order to do it. So I thought, hey, while we're on the subject, let's go ahead and invite you on. So before we kind of kick into things, give us the rundown. What does your farm really look like right now? And how are you covering your own operating expenses?
Yeah, so my farm is actually about 6.5 gigahash, all GPUs. I did take one S19 offline. I'm having problems with it as I was, told you like a couple weeks ago, I can't get this. Now that I got the hash board in from Bitmain, I can't get it running now. So I have to reflash that, but I'm running 6.5 gigahash on GPUs, and then one L7, one S19. And then now I got the hosting business started, and we're working on networking, network security, and they're coming tomorrow to help me start building the wind tunnel, the power, everything's just kind of coming together there.
That's awesome. So you have a lot of things going on. It's not just your individual mining farm. You're covering some of your operating expenses and kind of your new venture with GPU hosting, which is awesome, especially right now with electrical costs. But on the flip side of it, you have your own farm. And prior to getting into GPU hosting, you were cashing out crypto. So for a lot of miners that are in your boat, in order to cover their monthly operating cost, why don't you give them a rundown? Kind of what does that look like for you? So what crypto have you been cashing out to cover your cost?
Well, right now I'm cashing out a lot of my Doge, and I'm cashing out a lot of my Ethereum. And because, listen, everybody can say what they want against Dogecoin, man. When you got an L7 running, it is profitable, dude. And it has helped carry me through some rough months. So, I keep it running. It's profitable. Let it run. That's my thing.
Yeah, definitely. I was looking, I saw over at Coin Mining Central, I was taking a look at like what you have, because for me, I have a bunch of the mini Doges that I've
Right.
collected over time over the last year, and then I just got my hands from Coin Mining Central on the mini Doge Pro. And
Mhm.
granted, it's just a little bit more, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like we're collecting Doge, we're collecting Litecoin.
Right.
And then I went and looked at an L7, and I was like, damn, like
Yeah.
that what an investment. And when did you buy your L7, and then how much did you pay for it then?
Well, I bought my L7 about 3.5 months ago, I think, maybe 4 now. I don't exactly remember when,
Sure, sure.
uh, but that's around that time. I paid a whopping 22,000 for that machine, and I know right now they're down a lot, but I
Yep.
left my crystal ball at home, so I can't. You
You don't
can't.
know. You don't know where the price. I mean, everything's down right now, so I
Right,
entirely
right, right.
understand. I mean, I was looking over there on Coin Mining Central. It was like 12,900, and I was like, oh, 21.
Yeah.
But everything is down significantly. Like, if you have the capital, a lot of people are actually investing right now.
Right.
So talking about Dogecoin there, because that's the different one. Everybody else is cashing out Ethereum. A lot of people have been doing that to cover their operating expenses, but Dogecoin's a little bit different. So my question there on Doge is why Doge, and how profitable is this really working for you to help cover your cost?
So right now, I think it's about $20 a day, a little bit more now since there's been a little bit of a pump.
Hmm.
Dogecoin, what a lot of people don't know is Dogecoin factors in for $12 to $15 of that
Hmm. Wow.
because Litecoin has just got a really tough algorithm.
Hmm.
So the merge mine is awesome. So what I do is I cash the Doge based on what I need. So I have it
Okay.
attached to my Crypto.com Visa card. When I need extra money or
Uh,
pay expenses, I let it build like a bank account, and I cash it out as I need it, put it right on the card and go.
so you're operating all on crypto.com then. You're not going to like KuCoin or Coinbase. You're literally doing everything on crypto.com. So you mine
Mainly.
it, you get it to crypto.com, and then you actually convert it there to USD as a
Yep.
and then you add that to your balance. Does that sound accurate?
Yep. I do Coinbase too. If
Okay.
I need to send stuff straight to my business checking account
Got it.
for
Okay.
operation costs or payroll or anything like that, I got to pay for. Then I go to Coinbase and just direct deposit straight into my bank account, one to 3 days, I think it is, and there's no fee.
Mm,
So that's pretty cool. But if I need money right now,
yeah.
I'll send it to because you can top off on the crypto.com debit card. You can top off with Ethereum, Bitcoin,
Hmm.
and I believe there's another one as well. I don't remember, but you don't have to convert it. You just
Oh,
hit
you
top
just
off.
use that crypto. Wow.
Right,
Okay.
right,
That's really
right.
nice. I mean, I guess that's what makes like crypto.com different. Like you can
Yeah,
use your
yeah.
crypto to pay for things straight up,
Hmm.
which is really, really nice. So I think, covering your costs with crypto, is not a negative thing. And it kind of gets a little
No,
bit of a negative kind of situation, but it's like, you're using the profits to help pay for the operation to continue
of
to
course.
expand it, which is I think a really good avenue to go, and especially something like Doge. Like I never would have thought of like, oh, let me take all my mini Doge miners, let them build up, and then go ahead and cash them out, which is I think really really good. So for you, what are kind of some of the operating costs in your situation? Now your situation is a little bit different. That's why I was really eager to get you on. You're kind of this newer miner that has expanded a farm pretty quickly, and now you're turning it more into a full-blown business. So what are some of the expenses that you use crypto to pay for?
So I have a unique situation here in my warehouse. I have space that I don't necessarily use.
Okay.
So like I have a loft that's right above my office here that I don't use. Now I was going to use it for immersion tanks, but I had to cancel that order. It took 3 months and they're still
Smart.
not here. So I got fully refunded for that. And I also had a room here that I wasn't using that I rented out to a friend. So
Okay.
so I use the loft up there for storage. I maximize, everything I can, right? So
Yeah.
I use the loft up there for storage for my family business. I get a portion of that off the
Yeah.
rent. This room gets a portion to the rent, and then everything else I pay out of pocket. So, my electric bill, I have to pay the insurance on the rigs now. Now that I'm hosting, I also
Yeah.
pay the internet, everything. So you figure like when you run a business, all these are tax write offs, right? So at the end of the year, I mean, this is going to be a big year as far as tax write-offs
Oh, I
go.
bet. Yeah, especially
You
because
know
it's
what
your
I mean?
first year, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I've only been in business. Hawk Crypto Mining Company has been in business officially 5 months.
Wow, that's
So
crazy. 5 months
yeah,
from
five
0
months.
to 60. Holy cow.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
that's
So
incredible.
it's it's moving. You know, it's moving. To cover the cost, though, I find different things. You know, like it's listen. As a GPU miner and a businessman, when you put these two things together, you can't just rely solely on mining. Like if I
Right.
got rent, like I have rent to pay, I got electric bill to pay, and that sometimes that's 3,500, 4,000 a month. So
Wow.
a lot of that money's got to you got to supplement, you got to diversify, right? That's why I work heavily on YouTube. That's
Mhm.
why I've had a few people email me about repairs, right?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
they send me stuff, and then what I'll do is I'll subcontract somebody to get the work done
Sure,
and make
sure.
sure. And we've had a couple successful orders already. Actually,
Nice.
repairing a mini Doge miner. Actually, had a guy
Wow.
hit me up. Yeah, he had a mini Doge miner, needed it repaired, and I sent it off to Matt Electron. Matt Electron fixed it, mailed it back, and that was quick.
That's
So
awesome. That's awesome. And it sounds like you're just getting the right people connected,
it's
in
been a
order
blessing.
to get
Yes,
that done. That's
it's been a
awesome.
blessing. And I gotta say it, man. I gotta put it out there. The Misfit mining community, man, has really, really just helped me like move at light speed. Like people like Yeti
Awesome.
and Chump.
Yeah.
It's a Red Panda. Everybody, man. Everybody's been helping me tremendously.
That's awesome. So, last question I'll ask is for any of the viewers that are looking to go down the avenue that you have with cashing out. How do you determine how much to cash out or how often to cash out? Because I think that's really going to be the question where people are just unsure. How are you doing it, or what do you recommend?
So here's the thing. So we all want to hodl something, right? So just before
Yeah,
I answer this, I don't spend everything that I make.
smart.
I hodl Flux. I have a few nodes running. I have a rig on Flux. I hodl Bitcoin, obviously, that's the one, and I cash
Yeah,
out Ethereum and Litecoin.
got
Excuse
it.
me, Ethereum and Doge. I hodl Litecoin as well. Sorry. I think Litecoin is a tremendous, it's a tremendous project. I think that it's way underpriced right now. Not financial advice, but that's just my own personal opinion, right?
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
but what I do is it's just a simple calculation. So I have a projection on my electric bill that says, hey, it's going to be around $2,000 this month for electric. So what I'll do is I'll start setting aside stuff early in the
Okay.
month, little by little. Like I made a little bit of money on the Firo pump, so I
Hmm.
was like, boom, sold it, put it in the account. Okay, this month's electric is covered. Like,
Nice. That's
and
awesome.
it's very easy to put it. That Crypto.com Visa card. I'm not sponsored or is not a paid
Neither is the
advertisement.
video, so that's
You
okay.
know what I'm saying? Just saying. But that
Yeah.
Crypto.com Visa card, man, that is a convenient way to pay for things, man. And if you got the DeFi wallet that you attach to it, it's man, that's very easy. So, calculating everything is easy. Just, make sure you pay attention and make
Yeah.
sure, if you're going to start a business and you're going to do this, make sure you got capital because,
Mm.
the one thing, 75% of new businesses fail because of undercapitalization. You need at least 1.5 to 2 years worth of operating costs just to cover you because you're not going to make a lot of money your first couple of years, especially like if
Yeah.
you're trying to expand. So
Yeah, I mean, I can
that's
only imagine coming into this as a business at like the height of crypto, and now you're
right.
at the bottom. Like,
I came in at the low.
well, hey, then this is a perfect time to operate. Definitely. I
Right.
mean, I think it's a great idea. I mean, I think too, you really mentioned something where it was like set your eyes on the expense you want to cover with crypto, and
Mhm.
then cash out what you need to nail down that expense. And I think that's
Right.
probably especially for beginners. You've been mining and you've been hodling, and you're like, all right, well, the market's not doing as good. I really need to start covering some expenses. Set a target, and then determine what crypto you can cash out in order to cover that. I think is the smart move, because I think right now you see a lot of miners leaving the scene because they can't cover that operating expense. Well, it's like, all right,
Right.
well, let's look at it. What crypto can be cashed out and when in order to cover that. And I think that's really where we're going to wrap things up for today. So, two things I want to end off on here. First off, Hawk, if people are interested, because we talked about GPU hosting, and I want to give you that
Right.
avenue, where can people reach out to you to talk more about GPU hosting?
So you can hit me up on my website, hawkcryptomining.com. My email is, I have it directly connected to my email or on my YouTube. My email is there. Just serious inquiries only, please. If anybody sends me any BS, I will ban you. And yeah, I've already had a few, obviously, just the nature of putting your stuff out there, right?
Yep.
But yeah, no, hosting is great. I have a fair rate that is just right around the national average.
Awesome.
So I can, and the cool thing about hosting is I work with people. So if someone says, hey man, like I can only afford XYZ, but I really need this, and I work out a specific plan for that person. I don't just keep it a flat rate, and I offer services with that too. So
that's phenomenal. I mean, I know several people have hit me up about like, who do I know that does GPU hosting and stuff like that. So that's great. And for those of you guys, most people know who this guy is. All right. But if you don't, he's a YouTube content creator as well as an entrepreneur, as a crypto miner. So please go over and check him out. The YouTube link right there, Hawk Crypto Mining, will be directly down below. Hit that subscribe button, give him some love. He just finished an awesome live stream the other day. Going ahead and building out, a lot of this GPU hosting services with other people on his team. So go ahead. He's got some great content over there. So Hawk, thank you guys. Thank you very much for joining me today. I do appreciate it. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, you enjoyed Hawk coming on and hanging out with us, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below on how you're covering your operating expenses. I'd love to hear some secrets maybe that you have or some stories that you do have. And finally, if you enjoyed this content as well, go ahead and click subscribe. Take care.